I think we all share that feeling these days. You scroll your feed, see another revolutionary AI tool headline, and honestly, that initial bit of excitement, it just fades into, well, fatigue.
Oh, absolutely. The sheer number of tools is it's overwhelming. It feels like you're trying to find this tiny, perfect gem in a gigantic library, right? But new wings keep getting added every single day, and there are no signs.
Finding the time saver ends up taking all your time.
Exactly. So our mission today, we want to give you the map. We've genuinely cut through a lot of that noise. We've tested hundreds of these platforms, and we've boiled it down to the 23 essential tools that actually give you real, measurable time back in your day, across your whole workflow.
Think of this deep dive as your shortcut.
Yep. We're going to walk through 7 key categories: voice, writing, automation, the works. And we're not just going to list them. We'll explain how you can actually use them, like starting this week. So let's jump right in. First big bottleneck, typing.
Yeah, typing. It's just inherently slow.
Yeah.
And it's not really about how fast your fingers move. It's that extra step, right? Translating the idea, that abstract thought, into structured finger movements, spelling.
Exactly. The best voice tools, they just bypass that whole constraint completely.
Okay, so what's a good example?
Let's start with Wispr Flow. It's more than just basic transcription. The key is the intelligence layer built in. You hit a hotkey, you talk naturally. And that means, you can have your shis, your ums, your pauses.
In a normal way people actually talk.
Right. And when you let go of the key, boom, instant professional text. It handles the clarity, the punctuation, the grammar, all done for you.
Okay, so the big shift isn't just speed then. It's moving straight from your thought into something structured.
Yeah.
Ready to go. You're processing ideas faster because you're not editing while you dictate.
Precisely. Then for content creation, you've got 11 Labs. This is where voice cloning gets, well, almost perfect. You feed it about 30 minutes of your own audio, existing recordings, and it generates this incredibly realistic AI version of your voice.
Wow. How realistic are we talking?
It captures your specific cadence, your stress patterns, even those little speech habits you might have. People genuinely report that if you use it to fix, say, a podcast mistake, or maybe re-record a sentence in an online course, listeners just can't tell the difference.
That's kind of amazing. It means content creation isn't tied to you being physically present anymore.
Huge implication, yeah. And don't forget the simple stuff. ChatGPT voice mode. We're not talking about typing prompts on your phone here. This is through the mobile app. Little headphones button. It turns ChatGPT into a fully conversational partner. You can talk to it.
So you could be walking the dog or driving and just brainstorm out loud.
Exactly. Work through a business plan, troubleshoot an issue, natural dialogue. And it talks back, helps you refine things. Always there.
Okay, so stepping back from just the speed, what's the biggest functional shift these voice tools give us? How do they change how we process thoughts?
I'd say they let us move directly from that abstract thought to structured output. They just remove the physical barriers to creation. All right, so we've captured our thoughts quickly. Now we want polished writing. And this is where we hit that big wall, right? The main complaint about AI writing.
That it sounds generic, like a robot trying too hard to be helpful.
Exactly. Overly enthusiastic, maybe. Lacks personality.
Yeah, I'll admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. Getting AI to sound genuinely human, authentically me, it's tough.
It really is. And that's why you need tools that specifically learn your unique style. Which brings us to Claude Projects.
Okay, Claude Projects, how does that work?
Think of it like training a new employee on how you communicate. You set up a specific project, maybe it's customer support emails or weekly blog posts. Then, the crucial step, you upload maybe 10 examples of your absolute best writing in that specific category.
So you're feeding it your own good examples, teaching it your voice, not just relying on its general knowledge.
Precisely. And you give it strict rules, guardrails, always be friendly, never blame the customer, always use their first name, things like that. Then, any text it generates inside that project has to follow those style rules.
That sounds like hyper-personalization,
Yeah.
getting closer to authentic output.
That's the goal. And for folks who live inside a structured workspace, there's Notion AI. Its real power isn't just spitting out text. It's the intelligence built into your project management system.
How so?
It understands all your connected information, your company templates, your meeting notes, your project plans. So you can ask it to summarize a, say, 5-page meeting note doc into just the key decisions and action items. And you can tell it draft a project plan using our standard internal template. It knows the structure already. That saves a massive amount of time on just manual formatting and organizing.
Right, it's context-aware within your own system.
How does this focus on hyper-personalization really address that core challenge of sounding authentic with AI?
Well, by training the AI directly on your specific style, using
Yeah.
your own examples, the text it generates actually starts to retain your unique voice. Your personality shines through more. Okay, let's switch gears. Visuals. Image generation tech has improved dramatically, but the bottlenecks remain, right? Speed is one, and avoiding those weird AI artifacts.
The creaky hands, the slightly off faces.
Yeah.
We've all seen them.
So for this segment, we're focusing on tools that nail both speed and realism. Enter Google Nano Banana. It's part of their Gemini 2.5 Flash suite, specifically for image editing.
Nano Banana. Okay, what's the big deal?
Speed, iteration speed. We're talking maybe 1 to 2 seconds per edit. Compare that to the usual 10, 15 seconds, sometimes longer, with other models.
Under 2 seconds, that's really fast. But does the quality hold up? Speed isn't everything if it looks weird. And that's the other crucial part. It maintains subject realism. You generally avoid those classic AI giveaways. So you could upload a photo of someone in their living room, tell it to change their shirt to a blue polo and put them on a beach background, and get a realistic result back in like 2 seconds.
Okay, that's impressive. Use case, quick product mock-ups for marketing, social media edits.
Exactly. Quick iterations for marketing visuals. It's free right now, too. I think you get 100 edits a day.
Wow. Does that kind of speed fundamentally change how visual creators work, do you think, going from 15 seconds down to maybe 2?
Oh, absolutely. That kind of rapid iteration means you can test dozens, maybe hundreds of visual concepts in the time it used to take for just a few. It unlocks way more creative exploration.
Right, we've generated content, quickly text, voice, images. But the real leverage, the big-time savings, often comes from automating entire workflows, doesn't it?
Totally. This is where you move from just talking to the AI to having the AI actually work for you, connecting different apps together.
Like digital Legos, maybe? Stacking functions.
That's a great analogy. Digital Legos. Connecting apps. So let's look at a couple of tiers here. Starting simple.
Okay, where do most people start?
Probably Zapier. It's really well known, very beginner friendly. It uses a drag and drop interface. No code needed.
Right, gives a classic Zap example.
Okay, classic sales or marketing one. A new customer fills out a form on your website. Zapier sees that. Step 1. Step 2. It sends the form info to an AI to analyze lead quality, maybe score it. Step 3. If it's a good lead, Zapier adds it to your CRM system. Step 4. It triggers a personalized welcome email based on that score.
And all of that just happens.
Yeah.
Automatically in the background.
Runs 24/7 in the background. Set it up once. No code. That's the entry point for a lot of people.
Got it. Simple, powerful. But what about people needing more control or maybe worried about data privacy?
Right. That brings us to the other end of the spectrum. Tools like N8N, that's spelled N8N. N8N is super powerful because it's open source, meaning you can download it and run it on your own server, your own computer even. So for anyone really focused on data security, data governance, self-hosting gives you complete control. Your data doesn't leave your environment.
Okay, so more technical setup perhaps, but maximum control and flexibility for complex stuff.
Exactly. It's for the more technical user who needs that granular control or has strict security needs. And just quickly, there's also a newer wave coming through, like Relay.app and Gumloop. They're kind of aiming for that middle ground, specifically built for AI automation, lots of templates, easier onboarding than maybe the super powerful tools.
Interesting. Lots of options depending on your needs.
So thinking about the learner focused on security, maybe handling sensitive data, which approach offers the most control?
That would definitely be the open source path with N8N, because self-hosting means your data stays entirely within your own systems. You control the environment. Mid-roll sponsor read provided separately.
Okay, we've got our automation engine set up with tools like Zapier or N8N, but that engine is only going to run well if you feed it good fuel, right?
Garbage in, garbage out still applies to AI.
Absolutely. The quality of your automation hinges completely on the quality of your prompts, the instructions you give the AI.
So we need tools to help make those instructions better, more consistent.
Precisely. Like the Anthropic prompt generator. This thing is a lifesaver. Instead of just typing a rough idea like email a past client, you give Anthropic that basic concept, and it spits out a fully fleshed out, professional, optimized prompt template.
Ah, so it adds all the best practices, like you are a friendly marketing expert specializing in reactivation, that kind of setup.
Exactly. It structures the request properly for the AI, write a short, concise email, mention their past purchase, offer a small discount. It basically ensures your prompt follows the rules for getting good, consistent results from the AI in your automation.
Okay, so that cleans up the instructions going into the AI.
Yeah.
What about the data the AI needs to read, like from the web?
Good point. The web is messy, right? Cookie banners, weird formatting, ads everywhere. That's where a tool like Firecrawl comes in. Think of it as a web scraper built specifically for AI.
It cleans up the messy web data.
Yes. It tackles that problem head-on. You point Firecrawl at, say, a competitor's blog, you tell it exactly what you need, maybe just the article titles and the publication dates, and it pulls only that information, delivering it as clean, structured data that an AI can easily understand and use, perfect for automating research.
Okay, so if automation tools like Zapier are the engine, are these prompt optimization tools like the specialized fuel and the filter system, ensuring clean inputs?
That's a perfect way to put it. They ensure the AI engine gets clean, structured instructions and clean, structured data, minimizes errors, maximizes consistency.
All right, let's take it a step further to maybe the ultimate time saver concept right now, AI agents. We should probably define that simply first.
Right.
What is an AI agent?
Good idea. Think of an AI agent as like a robot intern. You give it a high-level goal, not just a single task, but a goal. And the agent figures out and executes all the necessary steps to achieve that goal independently. Multi-step actions.
Okay, a robot intern, I like that. Where does someone start if they want to build one? Does it require coding?
Not necessarily. For a low barrier to entry, check out Lindy. With Lindy, you basically just describe the goal you want the agent to achieve using plain English, and it helps build the agent for you. It even has this cool computer mode.
Computer mode?
Yeah, it means the agent can actually interact with websites and apps directly, clicking buttons, filling forms, just like a person browsing.
Wow, okay, so Lindy is for building individual agents. What about coordinating them?
Now you're thinking bigger. That's where something like Relevance AI comes into play. Relevance AI focuses on building teams or even workforces of specialized agents that work together on a workflow.
Like an assembly line.
Exactly like an assembly line. Imagine. Agent 1 is tasked with searching LinkedIn for potential leads based on certain criteria. When it finds one, it passes the info to Agent 2, whose job is to visit the company's website and verify if they're currently hiring for a relevant role. If yes, Agent 2 passes the verified info to Agent 3, who then drafts a super personalized outreach email based on everything found.
Oh, automating that entire research and outreach process. That's genuinely a moment of wonder. Imagine scaling that.
Right. Imagine doing that for 1 billion knowledge queries. An automated assembly line for research. It's mind-bending stuff.
Okay, that's advanced. Is there a place to just play around? Experiment for free?
Definitely. Google AI Studio. It's fantastic for this. Go to the build section. You literally just type in what kind of simple app you want. Like, make an app that generates 3 tweet ideas based on the content of a blog post URL.
And it just builds it.
Instantly. It creates a full working web application right there in your browser. No setup needed, no API keys to configure. It's an immediate sandbox for trying out AI app ideas.
That sounds incredibly accessible. And I see notes here, too, about more specialized tools. Airtable, Zeit.
Yeah, those tackle specific niches. Airtable helps build browser agents, kind of like Lindy's computer mode, but maybe for older tools that don't have modern APIs. And Zeit is more focused on the no-code movement, helping you build actual business apps like customer portals or internal dashboards with AI assistance baked in.
Lots happening in the agent space.
So for someone listening who's just curious and wants to start experimenting with building something right now, where's the absolute lowest barrier to entry?
That sounds like Google AI Studio. Free, instant, no setup required. Just type what you want and see a working AI application appear. Great for learning.
Okay, our final segment. This is about tools that don't just help individuals, but integrate AI deep into core business processes, tools that really change how entire departments operate.
Right. Moving beyond personal productivity to organizational efficiency. Where do we start?
Let's talk smart data management first. Airtable AI. Many people know Airtable as a flexible database or spreadsheet alternative. Now they're adding AI capabilities directly into your tables.
Like what?
AI-powered columns. So you could have a column that automatically summarizes long customer feedback entries into a single concise sentence. Or AI that can read documents you upload like PDFs or invoices and automatically pull out key information to populate fields, eliminating tons of manual data entry. They even have an Omni AI app builder now where you describe the app you need and it helps build it within Airtable.
That's powerful for data handling. What about meetings? The bane of many existences.
Ah, yes, meetings. The essential tool here, especially in this AI era, is Circleback. It joins and records your meetings, Zoom, Google Meet, Teams, even in-person conversations via their mobile app. It provides incredibly detailed transcripts, but more importantly, it automatically generates notes organized by topic, identifies action items and assigns them, and builds this searchable archive of all your meeting knowledge.
So no more wait. Who was supposed to do that?
Sure.
We're trying to find notes from 3 weeks ago.
Exactly. It solves that meeting data scatter. And speaking of scattered data, let's look at CRMs, customer relationship management systems. We're seeing CRMs being rebuilt with AI at their core. Tools like Clay and Adio.
How are they different?
They're heavily focused on sales efficiency, especially outreach. Clay, for example, can take a list of prospects and enrich it using data from over 100 external sources, social media, company databases, news articles, to help you craft truly hyper-personalized emails, but at scale.
Okay, making personalization manageable.
And Adio focuses on automatically capturing interaction data by syncing with your email and calendar so the CRM kind of fills itself out, tracking relationships dynamically.
That addresses CRM data entry pain.
Yeah.
But what about the biggest issue in many companies? Information sprawl, data everywhere.
Yes, this is huge. You've got stuff in Slack, in Google Drive, in Notion, maybe SharePoint, email. It's chaos. This is the problem Super is designed to solve. SUPER.
Okay, what does Super do?
It acts like a universal search layer across all those disconnected tools, instantly. You ask it a question in natural language, like what was the final decision from the Q3 pricing strategy meeting? And Super searches across Slack, Drive, Notion, wherever the info might live, finds the relevant pieces, synthesizes an answer, and critically, it respects all the existing security permissions, so you only see info you're allowed to see.
That sounds like a lifesaver for knowledge workers. No more hunting through 5 different apps.
It's potentially transformative for internal knowledge access. So thinking about that common pain point information scattered everywhere across the business, if you could only pick one tool to tackle that specific problem, which one is key?
Based on that description, it has to be Super. Its entire purpose seems to be searching across all those disconnected tools instantly and securely. Addresses the sprawl directly. Hashtag #ChatGPT outro. Okay, that covers our core 23 tools. But before we wrap up, we have to give a nod to the very near future, which looks like ChatGPT Agent Mode. We touched on agents, but this seems like the next evolution.
Yeah, it's moving beyond just the chat interface. The idea is these agents can take actions autonomously, use other software tools, work on complex tasks over days potentially, without needing constant babysitting. That's a big step.
Definitely one to watch.
For sure. But looking back at today, the big idea is simple. Out of the hundreds, maybe thousands, of AI tools clamoring for your attention, these 23 genuinely deliver results. But the key is not to try and adopt all 23 tomorrow. That's just overwhelming again.
Right. You need to focus. Where's your biggest time sink right now?
Exactly. If you're drowning in writing tasks or hate how generic AI sounds, start with Wispr Flow for dictation and Claude Projects for style training.
If it's those repetitive manual tasks killing your day, look at Zapier for easy automation, or maybe N8N if you need that deep control and security.
Ready to dip your toes into robot interns? Lindy.ai is a great, accessible starting point. No coding needed.
And if your whole business feels chaotic with scattered info or inefficient workflows, then Airtable AI for smart data and Circleback for meetings are probably your first ports of call. Ultimately, though, the very best AI tool is simply the one you actually integrate into your routine and use consistently. Don't aim for boiling the ocean. Focus on small, consistent wins. Automate one annoying task this week. Build from there.
And remember, like we said, many of these have free trials or free tiers, so the barrier to just trying one out, seeing if it clicks for you, is really low.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing your sources and diving deep with us into these practical, time-saving AI tools.
Our pleasure. Hopefully this gives you a clear path forward.
Go forth and start automating. Reclaim some time. Out to your own music.